Alright people, welcome to a new video. Today I want to talk about my hybrid sales system and how I used cold outreach, paid ads, content, AI and closers to make almost $1.4 million last year and projected to make $3 million this year. The first thing that I want to talk about is that most people still run sales like it's 2018. Either they only rely on paid ads and expect leads to magically convert, or they go the cold outreach route and burn all their domains after a month. Or they outsource everything to SDRs or closers or one of those agencies and lose complete control over quality. But the truth is, none of those systems will work alone sustainably once you want to grow past 100K per month with clean margins and a low stress backend. So let me break down how I have structured a hybrid sales system that brings in leads through cold and warm channels, qualifies and nurtures them with AI, books sales calls and closes directly through chat in some scenarios for certain offers, and runs without me being involved in the day-to-day. But before I do so, I want to explain to you my sales philosophy and the way I look at sales. Sales should be a machine that is made of 4 integrated pillars. The first is outbound, cold email, IG, LinkedIn, with predictable lead flow. The second is inbound, paid ads and a content flywheel. This builds authority based on trust channels. The third pillar is AI or automation layer to handle follow-up, nurturing, booking, so on and so forth. And the fourth layer is sales closers to close deals predictably. Now, with that being said, let me just show you some proof to help you understand that I know what I'm talking about here. Luxembourg Financial Performance 2024. We generated, as you see here, this is a screenshot of our P&L from QuickBooks, and we generated 4.99, almost 5 million dirhams in revenue, which translates to $1.36 million. This is 100% founder owned, no external capital, no partnerships, no investors whatsoever. Net profit of 2.77 million dirhams, translating to almost 55% net margin, which is well above the market average or the industry average for consulting companies. We achieved this while operating lean and debt-free with minimal overhead and wasted spend. Our total expenses, as you see here, came to 2.19 million dirhams, or a bit more, which translates to almost 44% of revenue. This is driven by optimized delivery systems, automations, and very strict and rigid accounting and financial monitoring. Now, the only thing that you need to take out of all of this is that high margin, like high efficiency in your business will allow you to infinitely scale profitably and build a stress-free backend that can not only scale with you whenever you want, but also build a really good culture and a stress-free culture for your team. So the first system that I want to talk about is the outbound system. And this targets high volume cold targeted outreach. Now, I'm not going to talk about details in this because reality is I don't have any tangible results out of it. We just started building this and testing it over the last 3 months. But if you are interested, comment below and I'll be very happy to maybe mention this more in details in a future video. What we do here is we use a cold outreach stack that blends Apollo plus Clay for scrapping and enrichment data in different segments. We use smart segmentation by market because we have multiple pillars that we go after. GCC, real estate between agencies and developers, AU, European consultancies, global citizenship by investment companies, healthcare, etc., etc. What we do here is we use what we call the 5 email sequence flow, and this is what we call planting the seeds phase. This is where we provide value, initiate genuine conversations that could lead to potential future sales calls. We use a lot of multi-channel touch points too. We use LinkedIn, we use cold WhatsApp, customized WhatsApp messages if needed, depending on the rules, depending on the privacy rules, whatever, in the market we are targeting. The best usually outreach sequence that we usually get the best responses with, especially on LinkedIn, is cutting through the chase, going straight to the point, It's not as effective maybe, but it gets you high quality replies. I noticed that you are active in X niche, and we are currently helping companies like yours do Y. Mind if I send you over some examples? It's very direct, it cuts through the chase. It doesn't get you the highest reply rate, but whatever gets you is high quality and intent based. Now, once a lead responds, they enter into an AI engagement system that's built on ChatGPT. It's built on trained language models, FAQs, knowledge bases, etc., etc. Now, again, as I said, we don't have any social proof yet from this system. However, I will post more about it the more we get results. The second pillar is AI sales agent, and this is where it really gets fun. We built a Bryan, who is our AI customer success manager that handles initial qualification via WhatsApp or email of leads, literally 5 seconds as they opt in. He books calls directly into Go High Level, which is what we use for our CRM system. Bryan answers objections over the phone, over email, over text, wherever the lead is communicating with us. And we trained him on our FAQs, large language models, tone of voice, knowledge bases, etc., etc., etc. So Bryan has a follow-up sequence of 45 days post initial contact with leads if they do not book a meeting. So it's a very, very, very lengthy process that allowed us to eliminate maybe the heavy dependency on SDRs or human agents that could forget to follow up, that could not be in the mood to follow up, so on and so forth. And we automated all of that through AI. And it's really, really high quality. It's not that spammy AI stuff. And I will show you an example in a minute. What we use to this is a trained ChatGPT 4.0 model via API for human-like responses. We use Make, or you can use Zapier too, plus Google Sheets type of CRM to track replies and objections and feed them back in a loop system to Bryan on a weekly basis to optimize his responses, optimize his objection awareness, etc., etc. Another thing is we use Twilio for numbers and communication infrastructure, plus DoubleTick for the WhatsApp API and WhatsApp conversations and delivery system. Bryan uses conditional logic based on markets. Is it GCC? Is it Europe? Is it North America, Australia? Where the lead is coming from exactly? The offer type they're interested in. Is it a done-for-you real estate lead generation offer? Is it AI setup? Is it advisory? Is it consulting? The lead source, is it paid or cold? And also scores leads importance based on the research Bryan does in data enrichment, or also let's say the revenue that the company generates based on the answers they usually put in their survey. Okay. We also update his prompt and his knowledge base on a weekly basis based on objections or patterns, just to optimize his delivery and optimize the results or the performance that we get out of him. This is an example of a chat that between me and Bryan. For example, if I book a meeting, Bryan will follow up with me instantly with the date and time based on my own time zone, the meeting link, etc. And if I respond, for example, with a random message instead of, okay, thank you, well noted, but what is this about? Bryan will, as you see here, 134, Bryan will respond instantly with an AI-generated human-like response based on what we provided for him in his training model, okay? Now, here's another example of what Bryan can do. Data enrichment. As soon as the lead comes in, within seconds, Bryan will scrap the whole internet on publicly available data on that lead, his company, the things they do, the things they post about, the LinkedIn content, anything in between that his or his company, their company does. And this helps the closers later on during the sales call build better rapport and build better engagement with the lead on the sales call. Another thing is that if the lead comes in and they do not book a meeting within 30 minutes, Bryan gives them a cold call. And depending on the outcome of the cold call, Bryan will report back on the CRM in this format template, if you wish. Okay, so this is another thing that Bryan can do. Again, if you want to learn more about this system in full details, I posted almost a 30 minutes video a month ago on how I built the whole AI sales acquisition system. You can watch it. It has a demo. It has a full breakdown of it. So feel free to watch that. I will link it below. Now, the third system is the inbound system, and it's based on paid ads plus content. What we do here is we run Meta ads, Google ads, and YouTube pre-roll. For Google and YouTube, we're still new into it. We're still trying to crack it. For the last 4 years, we've been running Meta ads. We have tangible experience with it. We know how to make it work. We know how to play around with it. And we get really, really good ROI out of it. Now, the top performing usually ad frameworks that we use are direct response ads, case study plus lead magnets, offering strategy sessions, VSL with values, or monthly performance reports, especially for our ads targeting real estate. These work really well. And you can still call them lead magnets if you wish. The key tools that we use here are high converting landing pages on Framer. Before, we used to build landing pages within the Go High Level native system, but it just looks very spammy. It's not customizable. It doesn't really look nice. So we switched to Framer. We use Go High Level surveys for high ticket filtering and all or forums or whatever for all of our opt-in processes. And we use WhatsApp opt-in to Bryan, CRM tagging to follow up and book meetings. Our whole ad system, independently of what it is, feeds all data to Bryan instantly. So literally no lead is slipping through the cracks or no lead is left untouched. Again, as I said, we use Meta, Google ads. And these are examples of some of our latest paid ads. We use video ads, we use statics, we use different copy styles between ADA formula, long copy, short copy, different headlines, different forms of scripting. And as you see here, for example, these are examples of sales funnels. This is an example of a funnel for our lead generation offers for real estate. These are for AI, and this is for high ticket consulting. Now, as I said, we try different colors, different fonts, different hooks, different VSLs, etc., to try to get the most, or to test the most out of our infrastructure and collect as much data as possible. Now, here's what I want to show you next. This is an ad account breakdown of one of our ad accounts. Usually, as you see here, cost per application submitted and appointment scheduled and cost per appointment scheduled. Usually it costs us anything between 72 to 170 dirhams to get leads, which is 20 to 50 bucks. Cost per sales call usually ranges anything between 118 up to 600 dirhams, which is $35 up to 150. And usually after filtration on the CRM, we usually find ourselves at $200 to $300 per qualified sales call. Now, what I want to show you next is our sales efficiency metrics from 1st of October, so Q4 last year and Q1 this year. And as you see here, these are the metrics. I hided the sales revenue. I don't want to share that yet, but what's important here is our average sales duration. It came down 55% to 10 days and 1 hour. Now, let me help you make sense of all of this. The data shows that our sales cycle was cut by almost 55%. We reduced the average time to close to just 10 days and 1 hour using AI qualification, segmentation on the CRM to allow us to only focus on pre-warmed leads that are ready to buy, and automated follow-up. Now, the total sales value over the last 6 months went up 265%. This included higher ticket deals and eventually better quality leads that are coming in. Now, sales velocity is up 709%, which is insane, which means revenue is moving 7 times faster through the pipeline, thanks to predictable lead flow, AI nurturing, and precision closing. The outcome out of all of this is more qualified leads through better marketing, less wasted time through AI nurturing, AI follow-up, AI appointment booking, higher ROI per touch point through highly trained human closers, and a sales system that scales without chaos. which will lead me to my next point, which is the most important point, the human closer, when and how they step in. Now, once a lead is qualified by Bryan and books a call, it goes to our closer. And here's how the closer works inside the system. They have pre-call, during call, and post-call activities. Pre-call, they get full context from the CRM based on the source, Bryan conversation with the lead on WhatsApp on double tick, the forum answer, and the notes that Bryan adds through the data enrichment or the call summary. This will allow the sales closer to make the call as customized and build as much rapport as possible with the lead. They review all the deal notes inside Go High Level Pipeline and joins the call with a clear conversion brief. During the call, they will confirm the pain, the goals, the timeline of the deliverables depending on the offer the client opted in for, and eventually walk them through a tailored solution using a proven pitch deck. Now, before I used to struggle with this when I started building this system because I wanted people to just mimic me on sales call and close through the way I conduct my sales calls. But it didn't really work out. The best way to do this is to build a streamlined pitch deck that sales closers can go through and walk leads through a predictable and structured sales call. And later on, with time, eventually they build momentum and they can start, doing things naturally. Now, this will lead me to my next point. You need to document everything. And this is what we did. If you, for every closer that comes in on the company, whether it's closer or another position, and we can go through this again through another video, but they go through their training on Notion. We have the closer training hub. And they go, as you see here, multiple pages of trainings explaining our sales process, explaining our different offers. And they also have hundreds of recorded sales calls for the last 4 or 5 years that they can go through to learn, to understand the objections, to listen to clients, and understand how sales calls usually are structured and how they flow, etc., etc., etc. Now, as soon as they finish the sales call, usually, if either they close on the call or drop a custom recap proposal through Go High Level template plus Loom, usually if the deal is sophisticated and it has a lot of moving variables, we shoot Loom videos explaining the proposal that we sent. And we email the whole thing to clients. We tag the lead status based on the outcome of the sales call. Are they a closed deal? Are they going to close? Are they completely unqualified, or they have wrong expectations, or are they some sort of a long-term deal? Once all of that done, if the deal is closed, we hand it over to the fulfillment team through an automated AI-powered onboarding process that I will walk you through in a second. Now, usually the main metrics that we track here are the show-up rate, the close rate by source, the average deal size, and the time to close. This keeps our closers lean, focused, aligned with the machine, not freelancing their way through deals. And as I said, this is how it looks like. We have trainings. We make sure everything is built in a predictable way to make sure that nothing is slipping through the cracks. Now, the next thing, what I want to do is to help you recap through everything we discussed. I know it's a lot of information. This is the sales, the full sales flow. Cold paid leads come in. They opt into a survey, they reply to an email, they send a DM online, they reply to a post, whatever it is. We collect the details, we add them to the CRM, and the CRM update in respective pipeline depending on the offer or the survey or the funnel they opted in for. AI qualification through Bryan, through WhatsApp, cold email, and cold call too. There will be 3 outcomes out of that. It's either the lead is qualified, it's either a long-term deal or an unqualified deal. Based on all of that, another CRM update in respective pipeline stage will happen. And 3 other steps will occur based on that. It's either an AI appointment booking if the lead is qualified, or AI long-term follow-up, or AI disqualification. And the AI long-term follow-up, as you see here, circles back to AI appointment booking to book them into meetings later on in the future months. Now, if an appointment is booked, that's when the human closer steps in and do exactly whatever I explained now. If the deal is closed, the onboarding process is initiated completely on autopilot. And this is how it works. Once a client signs the proposal off, the status on the CRM will be changed automatically. And that will be the trigger to send a Slack message with the deal details to our finance department and other departments too. And this is how it works. The first thing is email or Slack message chunk to our finance department to create their profile on QuickBooks and send them the invoice in this template. And again, a Slack message to our onboarding and fulfillment team. This is sent in the client Slack channel, and the onboarding team will take it over from there to schedule the onboarding call and start the fulfillment process. And usually it looks something like this. Now, the third thing is onboarding email to client. This is where we send an onboarding message or email that looks like this, explaining the welcome message from me, onboarding steps and expectations on what happens next. Now, this is the whole system. This is how it works, and this is how you can build it. Again, if you have any questions based on all of this, feel free to comment them below, and I will be very happy to come back to you whenever I have time. Now, the tools behind all of this system, just to recap: Apollo plus Clay for lead scrapping plus enrichments for our cold outreach system. We use Limlist. We use also Instantly. We're testing both at the moment to understand. We want to have an omni-channel platform to do all of our cold outreach. We use Twilio plus Make for WhatsApp automation plus communication infrastructure. We use ChatGPT for trained models, an API for messaging layers and large language models for Bryan. We use Go High Level as a CRM for internal sales tracking. We use Go High Level plus Framer for sales funnels, landing pages, etc. We use Go High Level Calendar for bookings and sales calls management. We use Google Sheets plus Make for central operations tracking and feedback loop systems for Bryan, whether it's objections, whether it's patterns in the sales process that Bryan needs to learn again. And we use Relevance AI for the AI systems, workflows, and setup and training, ongoing training over the months. And we use Zapier for AI voice agents and cold calling setup. These are all the tools we use. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'll be very happy to help. And yeah, this is our system. Again, system scales, chaos does not scale, and it only makes your life miserable. You need to build systems. You need to focus on trying to SOP and trying to systemize every aspect of your business so you can enjoy freedom. The essence of a business is to make profit, not to enslave to it. If you are working hard, it's not about hustle. It's not about working 14 hours a day. If you're still doing that after 4 years of business, you're doing something wrong. You need to build systems that allow you to win back your time, to focus on high-level strategy, to focus on big-term vision or long-term vision, and to focus on where the machine is heading, where the ship is heading, and how to make 10x outcomes year on year. So with that being said, thank you for watching this video. I hope you found value in it, and I will see you in the next one.